Today's a good day, folks. I say folks like anyone's actually going to watch this video ever. Probably won't happen, but I don't get this plane out very often. It's kind of a special occasion when I do. Freewing F22 90mm 8 cell. Just an absolute joy to get this plane out. You can tell it's pretty dusty because it sits in my bedroom pretty much all the time. Now I haven't done a whole lot to this plane. I took out the EDF unit and I put a big heat sink on the part of the motor that sticks out of the back of the shroud. Not that that's necessary, but one day I'm going to run this plane on a 10 cell pack whenever I can afford the speed controller for it. And go around. Oh, he's working on his landings with a Park Zone T28 today. That's my dad over there. As soon as I can afford the speed controller for 10 cell and the batteries, I don't really have any suitable batteries for that right now. I think I need either a good 6 cell and a good 4 cell together in series. I think it would be the best. Now what I've done to this plane though is it's running normal aileron, elevator, rudder. I have isolated the rudder on their own separate channels, and I've done some mixes so that this happens. And to the best of my recollection, the last flight I did on this, that worked pretty well. Slow deploy of flaps, instant speed brake from the rudders, and instant input on the elevator to counter any nose up. So we'll see. On a calm day like this, I kind of don't mind. There you go. That was a good landing, sir. Oh, and then you tipped it up. I don't mind landing without flaps. This thing is such a sweetheart when it comes to slow speed flying. I just watched a video about that, but I can't remember who it was doing the competition between E-flite 70mm F16 and then this thing, which I think was running on a 6 cell pack, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, first stage of flaps, slow deploy, speed brakes, elevator mix, and then one more step of flaps. It just takes them down a little farther. And that may be good for a takeoff run, but I don't think I'd ever actually really use that in flight, unless maybe I had a gyro on board to help me, you know, just knock any wing waggle out of the park. I don't know, but so that's what I did. Someday I'll probably take this apart and put a full elevon setup. So when I do the ailerons, the elevators move too, and when I do the elevators, well, maybe not that because it has a crazy amount of elevator throw, like crazy amount of elevator throw. But yeah, so let's take her up. Hello. Bump wings. I saw you got one good one in there, at least.
A couple good ones.
Yeah. Now I've got a nice long runway over here, and since there's really no wind today, I can use it. So hopefully I can get some good landings myself. I really haven't flown this a whole lot, so I'm not that used to how it does. I hope I don't crash this thing today because I really like it. I really like this plane a lot. Alright, taking off. Listen to that sound, man. Beautiful plane. High speed pass coming up. Ooh, I like this plane, man. Talk about a rock solid performer. Now my wind is kind of shifting around on me a little bit today, so I may not mess around too much with like slow speed, high alpha stuff. But I'll try to do one slow pass here for you. Oh, and then after I power out of that stall, holy cow, I think I need to move my center of gravity forward a little bit. I want to kick my flap mix there and show you what that does. So I'm going to set it up for a good kind of slow pass here. And 3, 2, 1, flaps. And back up. Timer check. 1 minute 20 remaining. Beautiful. Let's just see if I can land it without dorking something up here like I almost always do with my big expensive jets. Gear down. We'll do a gear pass. I know I haven't really done a whole lot on this flight other than just kind of cruise around. There's kind of a reason for that. The batteries I have for this plane are not very good, really. So, all right, 30 seconds remaining. Let's set her up for a landing here. I don't want to go that way. I want to go, look at how it's kind of wobbling. I need to move my center of gravity up a little. All right, gears are down, lights showing. Got my 20-second beep. Landing. Uh-oh. All right, I'm not very good at this plane, so sorry about that. Maybe I should try my flaps and speed brakes. I don't know. I need to trust this plane, and I'm not really there yet. Okay. That was okay. I put a little wear and tear on those foam wheels, I think, on that one. But I didn't tip it up. I didn't scuff up the underside. But yeah, I really need to work on getting this thing to fly slower. I think on the next flight I'm going to move my center of gravity forward a bunch. Not a bunch, maybe an inch, I don't know. But anyway, let's take her back. One little thing before I end this video. I want to talk about these batteries I'm using. These are Hobby-Star 8-cell 5200 packs. And I don't recommend these. I don't know if I just got a bad set here, but I don't recommend them. They don't hold voltage really well under the heavy load that this plane can generate, which I think is somewhere around 110 to 120 amps. They're pulling down to like 3.5 volts per cell on like a 20C load. I think a 5200 should do better than that. That's my opinion. It's kind of backed up by the fact that these, which I'll run today, these are Turnigy Graphene 4-cell 3000 milliamp hour packs. And two of these in series, making an 8-cell pack, these 3000s hold voltage better than the 5200 does. And these are actually pretty old packs at this point. I think I've had them about 5 years, 4 years, 4 years, yeah, 4 years is when I got these. And again, I don't know if I got a pack, 2 packs here that have been sitting on the shelf for a good long while. But I can tell you that if these sit in storage charge for over a month, which they do pretty often, they will become very, very badly unbalanced. So when I put this on the charger today, I had, once the first cell hits 4.2, my charger tells me. And so I went over and looked, and I had certain cells that were at like 401, 403, somewhere around the 4.1 mark, and that's with one cell at the max of 4.2. So it took about a good hour of balance charging on that charger to get the cells balanced out at all 4.2. For what it's worth, they are a good weight for a 8-cell 5200. I think they're about 855 grams, whereas if you had any other brand of 8-cell 5000 5200, they're well over 1,000 grams, 1,200 grams, which this plane can handle that. But I don't like packs that limit the performance. But anyway, so I'm going to end this video. I'll make another one with my next flight on the F22 here in a few minutes. And I'll just have to work on my slow flight and my landings. I know most people like a center of gravity that's pretty far back, and so do I on most planes. But I think I'll feel more comfortable having flown this so few times with a little more stability. So I'm going to move it forward. See you next flight.